about TV. You alright, Lama?
Testing. That's Facebook. Testing. All right, so that's good. All right, we live, we active. So we are talking about the show.
Turn down.
The show that is going viral. And it's called Supercell. And I've been seeing a lot of controversy about it, but first let's put this out there. This show is one of the few shows. What I heard is this show is the only show to have a 100% rating. That means this show was viewed by a minimum of, I think they go by per thousand or something. I forget how they do. And so a minimum of 1,000 people. So a minimum, I'm saying, by to get a decent rating on it. Yeah. To get a good rating on it, because if 10 people see it, and 10 people say it's good, they're not going to see it. So I think it's 1,000. I think it's a little higher than that, maybe 10,000. I forget how that goes. But everybody who viewed it said this is 100% great show. Now, when you deal with supernatural, well, that's what the show is, Supercell. It's on Netflix right now. You can go binge watch it, because we actually had to stop watching it just to spread it out, because it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
6?
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
So we did like episode a day.
Yeah.
Then the last day we just couldn't hold back.
Yeah, so we ended up just going ahead and finishing that off. But the show, I lost my train of thought. So the show is 100% rated, and you're going to binge watch it for sure. So understanding it, so this is what I want to encourage people to do, to check it out. Now, when you get into supernatural, superhero movies, they have a struggle to convince the audience that what you're watching is a supernatural, real life dynamic, and it got things in it that keep you in tune to the story, and when they do their, abilities, that you in tune to that too. This was flawless. Maybe the most. Marvel did a great job. This rivals Marvel. Me personally, I want to say something. What they call it? What they call it in the media? A hot take. Yeah. So I want to give like a hot take on it. The hot take is it's actually better than Marvel.
Yeah. You almost don't even, because up until recently we just we watched it all the way, so we were just trying to recap and do a little research on it. And somebody was like, "Oh, it's a sci-fi movie." I forgot that it was sci-fi.
That's the point. Yep.
It was real good. Like, you weren't even thinking about the supernatural stuff the whole time. You feel like this all real.
Yep.
Yeah. So it wasn't even like the supernaturalness of it all.
Oh my bad.
It wasn't even like the supernaturalness of. Okay. That was it.
So no, she's right. you forgot that, okay, when they did their powers, it was just seamless. It fit what they were trying to do. It didn't seem like, oh, okay, guys, everybody use our power. You know how some scenes, they kind of charge up to it, like, okay, you about to use his powers, everybody get ready to see it. It wasn't like that. It was like, okay, we about to use the powers, and it's not no charge of a building. Like when the fast guy, when they, well, okay, we gotta get them warnings too. Some we got spoilers. We won't spoil the biggest parts.
Big spoilers,
but it's like little tangible things that are, you know, that
get you in tune, like make you want to watch it, give you like some enough to want to watch the movie. It's not big spoilers because it's a lot of stories in between. It's a lot of commentary in between, but we won't give the in betweens, and the in betweens are very important. So we'll just give like a synopsis of the basis of it.
Right. So we got a guy. I'm gonna give you their names. We'll give you their real names and their character names.
Are you gonna get both?
Yeah. If you want to shout these people up, I mean, I think it's upon us because when other people do movie reviews and they showing their support, they give the character who they are as a man, as a human, because you're not this character first. You become this character, and I think it's important to give them their props outside the character. So,
well, you know, I see life different. Your character pissed me off. I don't like you ever again.
But that makes you a great actor, and I think that's even more why we didn't name them personally. The guy who played, remember the guy who played Pinky and Friday?
Yeah. And
he played another guy character, I forget the movie was, but everybody hated him for it. He said he had a hard problem dealing with the fans because they would see him and be like, hey man, you shouldn't have did that in that movie, such and such. Even like the bald-headed dude, remember the girl threw him he was in a wheelchair, she threw him in the pool. Like, I forget what movie, was that Tyler Perry movie?
Yeah.
So those people have a hard time living in the world.
That's like
because fans.
I got on the shirt right now, but I can't. I
From
still
Big
ain't did. I didn't get over that.
Well, that's an example. That is a terrible example.
I didn't get
Nobody feel no way about Snoop.
I did not like his character.
Oh, you feel no way about Snoop and got his shirt on? Now I can't believe what you're talking about.
Well, it was $8 at Walmart, and I had something to do today. So,
anyways, so we want to give people their props for being that character and convincing us to hate you. I mean, I think you made us hate you. You a great actor, so we want to give you your props.
And I guess I do need to know your name because I don't hate
exactly
Rodney. I hate Snoop.
Oh, so you really hate the man?
Yeah, I told you know that about me. I don't care what you play in next. I don't. If you.
But why would you hate Rodney and
no,
still?
It's Snoop. It's Snoop because he played him. It's so many people. Do you want me to? Come on, let's talk about David Ruffin.
Okay, so you don't like David Ruffin?
That's my boy a little bit because.
All right, let me get off track.
I ain't Otis, but.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, I don't like Otis, and I don't want to see nothing else Otis playing. So it's a bunch of movies I can say where I just don't like the person no more because of the character they play. But that's just me because I get into stuff too much. You say that all the time, but I got you like that now. So.
Whatever.
You always like that now.
Whatever. All right. I mean, I am like that, but I want to make the point that I may not like the character, but the person has no quarrels. I have no quarrels with the person. So let's keep that in mind as we move forward with this. So we got the guy. I want to give an example about the guy. His real name is Calvin Dimba or Dimba.
Exactly why you should just say the character.
No, Calvin Dimba. He's the guy with the speed. His character name is Rodney. Now, it was an instance where Rodney was doing something at the store, and that's the point I want to make before we get to that, how the seamless transition is with their powers. When Rodney was going to the store and he was getting into a situation with the guy trying to put a ticket on his car, he was able to zip, 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 zip. Even though he was kind of having problems with getting his powers to go, he ended up was able to zip, zip, zip. When it seemed so seamless and perfect, and it actually was a point where his powers kicked back in and he was able to run past the guy, and then he had to come back to get the ticket from him because he was putting a ticket on his car.
I never understood that part because if you was gonna run away,
because his powers wasn't working. Because his powers wasn't working. He didn't want to leave his boy in the store. They drove there, so he didn't want to leave his boy in the store. So he was trying to run and get to him quick. And then when his powers kicked back in, he actually ran past him. And then when then he got excited, oh, my car's back. Then he ran back and snatched the ticket and got in his car. Long story short.
But he eventually learned how to maintain his powers.
Yeah, they all did. They all came to, well, that's, I mean, whatever. They all fine. I mean, yeah, they all end up doing their powers right. But so, okay, so that's the point I want to make about them being the directors in this. Oh, we have the director name. Because he got a funny name. Okay, so the director, remember I told you? So the director name is a brother. Shout out to Rap Man. That's what it looks like. What else do you see? Rapman? He's amazing. He may be the best director I've seen in years when it comes to superhero visuals, content, and just overall concept. Rapman, R-I-P-M-A-N. He was the creator and lead director. Great show, brother. He's amazing. That's amazing. Mic's off. The mic's off. Who said the mic off?
No, the mic is fine.
Yeah. All right, so, all right. This is, I'm doing this on purpose because I want y'all to see this, right? But this superhero movie, which is great, it got great superpowers. Powers, what we got? Telekinesis, speed, super strength. We got a guy who can freeze time. We got a guy who can turn invisible. We got a guy who can absorb.
But the person who can freeze time can also go back in time. Could you say just freeze time?
Oh, yeah.
He can go back in time.
Okay.
And he can zap from here to there. I don't know if zap is the right word.
Teleport. He can teleport.
There we go.
He can teleport. There's one guy who can teleport, freeze time, and go travel through time. So we got
he can rewind it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's maybe a different power too. He can actually,
like if something bad happens,
like he
can rewind it.
Maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and go back to relive or undo something. So there's a lot of powers in here. Like I said, we got telekinesis, we got the invisible power, we got super speed, super strength, and this other guy, he's just overpowered. And he shouldn't have no flaws or no problems with dealing with anything, but he's a man. They got him, Michael. Yeah, he shouldn't have no problems with nothing. Yeah. He actually could have saved the day in one episode, but he was trying to fill out his way.
He tried it twice.
So let's go ahead. Let's dive into it. But I wanted to make that point. This rivals.
First, I'm trying to see what's going on Facebook too. Say all of the characters and their power. So like the affect them.
All right. So okay. So so let's get into that. All right. So let's get into it. Let's run down these characters, right? I want you to start off because I want to get your perspective from the woman's side of their situation. Say if you found out I have powers. What would be your initial thing? But as we go into the powers. So first off, we have, let me give you his real name.
Just get a character. Who's talking about the movie? Let's just get a character.
What do you mean?
When we first started, we should have introduced everybody and their characters and names. But since we actually talking about the show, let's just get a character. Because you don't want people to get confused.
No, we're going to go with Michael. I'm going to go with Michael.
Yeah, don't tell his real name. Just let it be Michael.
The reason why I want to get his real name because I want to give them their credit.
Okay, so let's just give a rundown of the real name and the fake name, and then go into the powers and stuff.
Individually or
individually? I'm saying no. You do everybody first, and then individually we'll break down their powers and their backstories.
All right, so let's do this. All right, so first off, we have the main character, Michael. His real name is Tosin Cole. That's Tosincole, and he plays Michael. Now his power is the best power in the show. He's the main character. He has, hold on mama, he has the power to rewind time, stop time. He has this little glitchy ability to kind of just like go back a couple seconds and kind of fix things.
Undo stuff.
Yeah, but it's not like a dramatic rewind. So maybe that's his rewind, because he really can't go back, but he can go forward. Remember? He only can go back so far. Yeah. But he can go forward a lot. You know, that's interesting as you think about it. He only go back but so far. He didn't really never go back, but he went really far forward.
Yeah, he just undid the situation at hand.
Right, so he really can't go back. But he went like 20 years ahead or 10 years ahead of time.
Unbeknownst to him, but when he learned what he could do, he was able to go back, however, undo whatever situation just happened and try to redo it.
Right, so his backward ability is kind of, we still trying to figure it out, but his traveling to the future is unhinged.
But he only did that once.
Right, but he was so far in the future.
Right, and it wasn't him doing it. He didn't know he could do that.
Right, even though he didn't know, but I'm saying his ability to do that was really dynamic compared to his ability to go backwards. Because he only can go backwards every time was only like 10, 15 seconds. Because remember when the situation happened with the guy, and then the situation happened with, at the end, right? He was only go back but so far.
Yeah.
I don't remember him ever doing that for like very far.
30 seconds to a minute.
30 seconds to a minute, yeah. But he was able to go to the, so let's just say a minute was his furthest he can go back, but like years he can go forward. All right? So, that's his name. His name is Tyson Cole.
But we don't want to go, let's not go into the power. Just tell all the people and then we'll go into it.
No, the reason I'm gonna do that is so they can have like a little checkpoint. Like, so it ain't, because you may forget their names. So we just give them a checkpoint. So if you hear time travel, that's with Michael. Right? All right. So the next person is a sister. Her name is Nadine Miles. Nadine and her character name is Sabrina. She has the telekinesis. I think her power and who her character was fitting because she was kind of a real helping and deliberately trying to go out of her way to make sure people was cool. So I really like her character. And there's another character we're gonna jump into, which he could have been a villain. He would have been a good villain too. I'm gonna get his name. His name is Eric Kofi. Eric Kofi Albreva. I'm gonna give it to you. ERIC KOFIABREFA. Now y'all figure out how to say it. And his character name was Andre. And this guy with the superpower, with the super strength. And did he have bulletproof power? I'm not sure. I think he was, because God ran up on him and did him dirty. We ain't gonna say who, but. So I don't think he really got no invulnerability thing type going. He's just super strong. But he could have been a good villain because I think he could have been knocking buildings down. But he kind of give me that Luke Cage type of vibe. Remember Luke Cage? So that Luke Cage type of vibe. So he could have been a good villain, and he could have been a good guy like you know how kind of Batman be alone? He don't need no team for real.
Yeah.
So he kind of can hold his own on his own.
Yeah.
So he got that type of vibe. And we already mentioned Calvin Demba, aka Rodney on the show with the super speed. You got something in front of his name.
I screenshotted that.
Yeah. So I can't even get this full name. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna run down the characters and we're gonna continue. But I think it's very important that y'all check out the show. This show, the dynamics of it. You know how Marvel is, they're very seamless. Even DC, they're very seamless in their efforts when they transition. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they do get a little carried away. I like some Superman scenes and then some Iron Man scenes where they kind of make everybody CGI before they do.
Josh.
Okay, all right, so perfect. So they gotta kind of make everybody CGI before they do their move. This ain't have to do that. I don't think anybody was CGI. And if it was, wow. I don't think nobody was CGI, and every power looked seamless. All right, so we got another character, Josh Tedeko. Josh Tedeko. JOSHTEDEKU, and his character on the show is Taser. You know Taser, I think that's my favorite character. I'm gonna take a while there. And now we got, his ability was to go invisible. So he has invisibility, however you want to pronounce it, you say it. And then the sister name was Adelio, how do you pronounce that? Adelio, y'all try y'all best. And look, her last name sounds like her first name. Adelio. I mean, it's say Adelio Adidio. Adelio. You tell me what that say then.
I don't know what it said, but I ain't about to try.
You ain't gonna send me to prison.
I ain't about to disrespect.
Adidio. And her name, her character name is Diane. Does that say Diane?
Diana.
Yeah, Diana. Is that an A or an O? I can't even tell you. I'm not bad on
Diana.
that. Diana. All
That's
right.
an E at the end.
Okay, but is that, I was trying to see if that was D-I-A or D-I-O.
D-I-O.
D-I-O. Diana. 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 I don't know.
The fact that you heard her name being
Yeah, and I heard it, but you know, when you get into it, you just be like, I know faces. When you start watching movies, I know that face, I know who that is. All right, so, and then we got it. Okay, her power was, oh wait, no, she didn't have no power. Yeah, okay, she didn't have no power. She is the wife or fiance of Mike. And then we got another main character. Her name is Reaxia Ojo. Reaxia Ojo. Rayxiaojo. And her character on the show name is Charlene. That is the sister of Sabrina. And her character. Woo. All right, then we got one more main character. His name is Glaucoma. Glaucoma macaroni. Glaucoma macaroni. You tell me I was saying glaucoma macaroni. Hold on, you know what?
That's why I told you to say these folks' character names.
No. This is what y'all about to do. Google Spud on Supercell. Google Spud on Supercell. Tell me his name ain't Glaucoma macaroni. Can y'all prove me wrong on that? Glaucoma. Oh, seriously, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. And I like his character a lot too, because he is like, oh, he didn't. Okay. No. He did a lot.
He was a bad influence.
No, he wasn't.
Well, his friend, yes, he was.
He was a friend to a person who had nothing. Now, imagine, yeah, that's why he played. That's why he was a great character to me. Because once we found out more, we understood. Okay, he's a backbone to his friend Rodney, right? So I like his character a lot too. So we named down the characters. The last three characters they had no powers, but the main 5 characters in the show had powers. Now it's other people in the show with powers. I want y'all to know that. And we ain't gonna talk about them people. Y'all gonna find that on y'all own. So yeah. So it's a lot of people. Again, I want to bring this forward and we can move forward. The show is amazing with the transition of showing people's abilities, and it seemed like it's real. It seemed like they're actually doing these things. Even when they act out their, what they got to do, like if she got telekinesis, she pushing, it seemed real. It seemed like she really pushing somebody. And then when the guy going invisible, like all that seemed, like that trend, it seemed real. So the director in this, let me read his name again, because it wouldn't be possible without him. Rapman. Rapan, he is amazing. He need to go down as one of the best directors to ever direct anything. And that's on for real. That's on for real. All right. So, what you want to jump into first? What point of the show that you think people need to see first?
I know he's going over the powers.
You can't just move the mic if you need to talk.
Because I'm trying to think.
Too much pressure?
Yeah, it's too much pressure.
Put the pressure on.
Yeah. But what is, we said we were going over the...
Stop moving the mic.
Yeah, don't put this so close to my face. What is the first, who was the first power?
The first power we seen had to be Michael.
What did he do?
He went back.
Michael was the first?
Yes, because he was able to go back.
That wasn't the first thing he did, though.
Go forward. Yeah. You only go back and forward.
we just talked about this, and we talked about who was the first powers that we seen. The and what's his name, Andre? He didn't do the first thing. So who did the first thing? Because it wasn't Michael.
It had to be, because guess what? When he went forward, him and his fiance, well, you know, they were having a great time. And before anybody showed anything.
But no, remember before he went, what about when he undid his situation, when he was delivering?
That's what I'm talking about.
That wasn't with his fiance, that was him delivering.
All right, so I said he went back first.
He rewind time.
Well,
He didn't go back. He rewind time. And then when he was
going back, but
okay, whatever. But he because I'm thinking you saying when he went in the future.
yeah, no, I'm saying back.
Yeah,
so he went back first.
Just explain that then.
No, I'm saying that's what your part. You do that. No.
Okay, so he was delivering the package.
No. We want to talk about. I said actually, would you want to go with in first? You want to talk about their characters?
Their powers. Like how they found their powers. Like each person, how they found their powers. Because that's what the character is.
Right, but I mean, because I don't want, because it's kind of spoiled. I wanted to talk about more of their character and why we like them outside of the powers.
Oh, I don't like nobody. You remember that? Like I love the show, but it's so good that it made me. At some point, I stopped liking everybody.
No, but okay, let's talk about why you don't like them outside the powers.
Michael.
Starting with Michael, what did you like or what did you didn't like? Because I don't want to talk about
like
the powers, because the powers bring a dynamic to the show that I don't want to spoil for people. So why do you like the character or why you didn't like the character?
Michael could not be honest. He had that lady in shambles because he couldn't be honest about what he.
But that was after the powers. I'm saying.
I mean, his beginning. You asked me why I don't like him. I ain't had a problem with him at first.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, so Michael's character, he's a hardworking man. Mm-hmm. He loves his fiance a lot. It's obvious. Mm-hmm. I think his character, his pros and cons is he's family oriented because he still deals with his mother. Mm-hmm. He has real good intentions, and I mean his cons would be maybe. He
do it to a detriment though.
Okay, explain.
When he does it to a detriment. So when his character progresses and he learns who he is and what he needs to do, instead of being honest with the people around him and the people that he needs to be taking care of and looking after, that should know exactly what's going on because it directly affects them.
Talking to the mic.
He keeps them in the dark, and he keeps them in the dark, and he goes around doing all of this stuff, which aids to him, like trying to find everybody, and all the things that he's trying to do, but it's at the detriment of the people that he cares about, or the person, because it ain't necessarily affecting his mom because she in the home. Oh, I'm talking too much?
No, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to follow.
But yeah, it's at a detriment, and then he put himself in a situation because he's popping up on these people and asking about these people by name, and none of them know him. So he putting himself in danger because he's trying to protect somebody, but still putting her in danger at the same time. It was annoying. So I know, like he's probably the least person I dislike, but he started to piss me off. Okay. Because he could have just kept it real.
Okay. I can kind of see where you're going, but me, I look at it as that's more of a pro because he's looking at his fiance like I got to save her life. So all this is because of her.
I get that.
So
but the things that he was doing was dangerous.
To who?
Himself, and it could have been dangerous to her.
Like, give me an example. Which one?
You constantly going to this gang about some stuff. The whole gang that did something to you in the first place that made you have to rewind time and go back to it. So you put yourself in danger. You see what happened when he went back the first time.
Right, but do you remember why he's going to these people?
I know why he's doing it, but I'm saying I'm coming from a perspective of a wife, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. I'm seeing her perspective because it's like, stop trying to contact these people, leave it alone. Like, and you're trying to contact these dangerous people. Yes, it ended up working out in the end, so to speak. But no, I'm with her because I'm looking at this woman's perspective. Like, she feels like you're hurting, you're putting yourself in jeopardy. That's like, let it go, let us try to figure it out together. Instead of him wanting to figure it out with her, he wanted to take the reins on it, and you can't say that. Each time he did it was not dangerous.
Right. And
so he's gone for days and whatever, and she's at home worrying, and then also finding out little stuff here and there, which is making her worry even more. And you shutting her out, but cussing her out because you don't want her to look into, you don't want her to do this, you don't want her to do that. But you're not there to be a comfort and explain. It's keep. I'm gonna tell you when I come back. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say. So I'm looking from that woman's perspective. Like, no, I don't want you to do that. I'm not okay with this.
No, I can see that. And if you look at it from a man's perspective, is I'm strong. I got abilities. You don't have no abilities. Let me, with the powers, these newfound powers I just came across, I've been blessed with, let me fix the situation. Can you see it from that perspective as, oh, you're way stronger than me. You're way stronger than a lot of people we're going to ever meet. Can I get the opportunity to fix this knowing how powerful I am? I'm not just an average guy. I'm extremely powerful. Now, how does that perspective change with that idea?
I hear that, but I hear that and I understand that, but the communication has to be there. For me to be comfortable and okay with what's going on, you at least got to communicate. He was not communicating.
Now, I understand that. Communication could have been a lot better. The communication could have been a lot better. I think we actually said that together. That he should just tell her certain things so it can go a little better. But what happened when he? Well, you know what? But between me and you, we understand things can go away outside of plan when you try to encompass everybody in a dangerous situation.
Kind of, sort of.
So he was trying to save her from a dangerous situation.
But it didn't say it. Let's move to the next character.
But it what?
Let's move to the next character.
That was terrible. Okay, let's go.
Because we don't want to. I don't want to get on spoilers, but I'm saying,
but you can
the
still talk about the
protection. We can
idea
see.
of it.
Okay, we can see
the
that
idea of it.
sometimes the protection that you try to give is not the protection that is needed. And if he was more vocal going into everything, then it could have been a better situation for him and her, and it wasn't. So he should have been, like I said, more honest, upfront, and communicated, and she could have understood, and she could have did what he needed. But instead, she's trying to figure stuff out on her own because he was not talking to her about it.
Right, and she actually did figure out a lot of things on her own.
But they found out stuff.
Separately, they did an amazing job.
Together, it could have been even greater.
I mean, maybe, or could have been a lot more
it could have
dangerous.
been greater together because she could have understood some things that he did not, that he knew. She could have understood some stuff that he knew, and that would make her perspective be a little bit different and not go out searching. She went out like a dang old news reporter, searching like she had the answers, and she was. But if they would have communicated better, she would have been content with being at home and understanding what he was doing and understanding her job. Like, yeah, research on the computer, but don't be following this man no place. Don't be going searching for no place. None of this. But she did this on her own because she had to find out on her own because he was not communicating. So that was to a detriment. It was nothing healthy, safe, or nothing about that.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But I still think that if you're going to, be helpful, you got to also put yourself in a better situation too.
Who, her?
Both of them. Yeah, sorry. So let's go to Sabrina. Now, as a character,
She's short and sweet for real.
Her character is short and sweet too as a individual.
I'm
But
saying
when she,
explain it. It's just short and sweet. Her.
I think she has some depth to her. I think that when it comes to her, of course, when she starts finding out her ability, it gets kind of up and down. But her character is she's a nurse. She's well. She presents herself well. She's really into helping and dealing with people. But she has this thing that she feel like she needs to protect people that can't be protected.
That aids in her. That her power aids in her job. It's like hand in hand. She is a person that likes to take care of people, likes to look after people, make sure everybody is okay. And when her power kicked in, it was kind of the same thing. Even though she was protecting herself in that moment, and it wasn't even protecting herself from like anything physical. It was pain and it was still hurt, but she was protecting herself. But her overall character as a human was a protective.
What do you want to drink? Oh, you have a straw, right?
Her overall character as a human was protective. So that's what a nurse is. I have nurse friends. I have nurse sisters. So they like to take care of people, protect people, heal people, do all the things they can to bring someone happiness, joy, and to take care of them, to heal them. So that was her thing. And when her power kicked in, it was the same thing. So when she first found out, it was only like a protect her heart type thing, and she didn't even know she can do what she did. But every time after that, it was to protect someone else. Never for her, but it was for other people.
I see that too, but I also see this flaw in her. Where even if she's not able to be her best and give her best protection, she just want to be around to show that she's trying. Because remember when she found out how she was getting into her powers, she was actually making things worse.
What you mean?
In the hospitals, she was.
Oh yeah, but I think she was freaked out about it.
Right, but that's my point I'm making. Instead of just removing herself, she said, I'm gonna push forward, regardless if I'm gonna do it right or wrong.
Yeah.
I still want them to know I'm trying.
Yeah.
And that could be a flaw because you can actually put
now
people
that
on
was a
harm.
flaw but it was not
Right.
necessarily. It was a flaw, but it was not her necessarily like, oh, I'm using my power and I'm. It's a flaw for me. It's like I'm going through something, I don't understand it, but instead of calling off trying to figure it out, she still went to work and tried to do her job. But we've all been through situations where it could be something going on in our personal life, family, financial, anything, and we going to work and it's lackluster. We're not giving our best performance because this thing is on our mind. So that's what it was for her. That thing was on her mind, so she couldn't really, get it together and do the right thing. So she kind of messed up. But when she figured it out, she was cool. When she understood what happened, because it was like she went to work right after she did this freaky thing that she didn't even know she can do, and she knows she didn't touch this person. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I'm freaked out, but let me still try to go help people, which was not a good idea.
Yeah, and the reason why I brought that up because it happened multiple times back to back. So she had the opportunity to remove herself.
It was on the same day.
Right, but they happened back to back with different people.
Different patients.
Yeah, so she had the opportunity to remove herself, and that goes into her character flaw with her sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's not removing herself. She's still going to try to be there and try to save her. I mean, I granted that's your family, but she's putting them in bad situations.
That was irritating me too, because you know what type of sister you got. And you know what type of sister you got. You see the craziness that she into and she keep doing. So why keep putting yourself in harm's way for some BS your sister want to keep being on? And the sister was so.
Go ahead, talk about it.
No, because if I keep talking, I'm gonna give spoilers.
No, you don't have to spoil it. Just give the character.
The sister was one of them people who will co-sign some BS, or even if you're trying to do the right thing in life and you're doing good things, she's the type of person, that sister is the type of person that will want to keep on involving you in their mess, and then when you don't concede to their mess, knowing that if you don't get involved in her BS, knowing how much this person care about you, you pull that guilt card and that, oh, well, forget you type stuff. Even though you know you messed up and you know the thing that you're trying to get her to do is tow her from the floor up. But you still gonna try to get her to do it and guilt trip her into doing it because you know how much she cares about you and you know she can only hold back so much. She can only say no so many times until she feel guilty and just, oh, go with the flow. I don't like people like that. You take advantage of people who really got good hearts and really good people and make them be on your BS with you because you know how much they love you. I don't like that sister.
Right. And I want to get to a couple comments. Somebody said, go easy. What'd you talk about the sister? Somebody said the mic wasn't on. The mic is on. No, we're from Ohio.
Go easy on who?
I think the sister she wanted me to go easy on the sister. Blessings, everybody. Okay, let's see, do we miss something? Somebody said Trump 2024. Okay. Somebody said, rest in peace, OJ. Okay. All right, blessings, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. A long time ago, about 3 weeks ago, or a month ago.
Oh, okay. I don't think
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I did.
So, all right. So we got 2 characters down. Let's go into the 3rd character, who I think could be like the Batman of the show. He can do his own thing and be successful. His name is Andre Kofi. His real name is Eric Kofi Abdullah. All right, his character name is Andre, but don't forget Kofi.
John, just like a character.
Eric Kofi Abdullah. All right. So I think his pros is. And now, when y'all get his story, y'all gonna really like him a lot. I'm telling y'all, he's really like the Batman. He like the Batman of the show. I like his character the best because he's actually not a bad guy at all whatsoever.
No.
But
he just stumbled up on something.
Yeah. So his situation is very, very deep and very interesting. But that allows him. I like how they're doing that. That allows him to fight through certain things, certain situations. With his character building personality. So he's growing as he's progressing through the show. Now, let me give you a little tidbit about him. I ain't gonna give you a whole bunch. But he's up with, we already told you super part, he ends up with the super strength. But he naturally is a protector because he has to take the reins for his baby, for his son.
Yeah.
And even when he get into a situation with the other guys, Pop Smoke in them. When he get into
Pop
the
Smoke
hey, Pop Smoke in there.
Out of respect,
who we gonna call him?
We gonna call him Junior.
Pop Smoke. He Pop Smoke singing.
Junior.
He Pop Smoke.
Younger.
It's Pop Smoke. Since we talking supernatural, superpowers and stuff, he Pop Smoke from the other universe,
Junior.
from the multiverse. There's Pop Smoke from the multiverse.
Respect.
You don't even know what that is. That's why you don't know. All right. So, anyways, when you get into it with those guys, he's a natural protector. He's not scared of anything, but he's very. I think he's an intellectual. I don't think he's just walking around just hoping for the best. He's planning things out. He's looking for a good scenario for things to work out, and things just kind of backfire. And that's an attribute that we all can relate to. And I relate to. And I'm like, okay, this guy's trying his best. It's just the world is falling around. Now, what can you do? It's something you just can't. You can't just control everything anybody else want to do to you. Initially, you can probably do something afterwards. But, so his character, his pros is him being a natural protector. I think he can be, if they wanted to make him the main character, he could be easily. Yeah. Because he has a great character.
Well, I would say he is one of the main characters.
No, they all part of the main character thing, but the main character is Michael, because first of all, he has best abilities. Yeah, but he could be a main character. And that's another shout out to Rapman who directed this, because Rapman, we don't call him Rapman, because that's how they talk about this. Rapman might be the ball. He talking to the ball. That's how they talk. They still are people, they just Rapman.
I'm not about to be
Rapman, bro. Alright, so he has he did a great thing with this show by showing he did a great thing by showing their individualness, the individuality in the show. Yeah, so bringing them out separate from the main plot was brilliant. So we got a very in-depth view of everybody. We know, we feel, we can vibe with them on a personal level. It doesn't seem mashed in and mushed in. You know, it's a show that came out called Rebel Moon. I was really excited to see Rebel Moon, and Rebel Moon was a very big disappointment because it seemed like they rushed everything. Nobody had a true backdrop story. Nobody had a true thing you can gravitate to. And Rebel Moon was garbage with a big budget. And the visuals was just good too. They weren't better than Supercell, but they were great visuals. But that was hot garbage. And they tried. They've been promoting that for 2 years, right? I've been trying to see that movie for 2 years, and it was garbage. And they put out a part 2, and I can't bring myself to watch it. But anyways, to make the point, Rebel Moon did a terrible job of introducing their characters and bringing life to them. Supercell, actually, we can watch them individually. They can do a show on each one of them and we'd be in tune with them. Even the one that was less, let's just say, Speed Guy is the less interesting, which he really not, but let's just say the Speed Guy is the less interesting. Yeah. He has a great storyline that he can build on.
With his parents.
Exactly. So everybody had great individualism placed in there. Their character and their story was greatly written. The dynamics and how they got their powers was amazing. Everything was flawless. And I mean, this was a show that got a perfect rating. We don't see that nowhere in the world. Supercell is the best show on Netflix. The best. Now I see some best anime. The best anime. We're gonna get into genre, but this is the best superhero show. Sci-fi. We go sci-fi. The best sci-fi show on Netflix, hands down. Ain't nobody coming close. You can name anything. You can name something they put up there now from classics. This is rivaling Marvel and DC at their peak with their $100 million budget. This movie is grand. Now, I don't know what their budget was, but it wasn't $100 million. Imagine if they had a $100 million budget. Imagine they can, because they only view this in England. Marvel and DC, they be in Australia, they be out in Africa, they be all over the world to make the visuals grab you in. This place is a place in the neighborhood. We just saw a video of a guy running through their scenes. Yeah. We just saw the video of the guy who lived in England running through their scenes that they had in the movie. So this is great writing, great directing, just great overall everything. I mean, amazing, 100%. But again, so we can go to the next character, Andre. His pros is he's very protective. I think he got that Batman ability, that Batman storyline to him. Because he ended up, we're not spoiled, we ended up losing his parents. And, ended up losing his parents, and that's a great dynamic to the build-up. There's so many things that happen in this show, and y'all gonna get a lot of it. It's a lot of, I want to say,
layers.
It's a lot of layers, but it's some, how we used to call it when we watch movies, we try to get that kind of, not conspiracy, so to speak, but kind of a conspiracy. It even got a conspiracy element to it. And that brings even more life to the show. Yeah, it's like hidden agendas type thing, you know. So that type of round. But that's in the show too. So if you like that conspiracy, hidden agenda, government against you type thing, that's in the show. If you like the Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man abilities, that's in the show. If you like great dynamics and storylines and concepts, that's in the show. You got everything that anybody would want is in this show. That's why I got 100%. You know what 100% means? Nobody disliked it. Not even 1%. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. 100%. All right, so we're doing that. Yeah, we're going to keep that energy going on 100%. All right. So, your take on Andre. Now, his cons is, I think, I don't want to say he get overwhelmed quick, but when he get overwhelmed, he's willing to do anything. And I think that's a bad trait. Now, anybody pushed against the grain or back against the wall will kind of show a color that they wouldn't naturally have, right? Yeah. But I think he can be convinced to be a bad guy. That's why I said before we start talking that he will be a great villain too, because he can be pushed to be a bad guy. But what's your take on it? Keep it up to you.
I don't have no better take on him.
No, sir. What's your take on it?
No, I like him. I like who he is as a father. One portion irritated my soul, but I know it was because of his ability, so he didn't purposefully do it. But he didn't purposefully do it. He's just trying to survive. Like, he's just a man trying to make it and trying to do what he can to make ends meet so he can keep his son. So I like him. The one part of the show I didn't like that he did, but for the most part, he the only character that I still like.
So you don't like nobody else but Andre? What did anybody else do?
I love the show.
I'm like, what? Okay.
Michael, he irritated me. Him and his girl situation. Sabrina, I like her, but that Captain Saber sis attitude was irritating my soul.
That's what she is.
But she was me off because you put yourself in danger for somebody who can give less than a grain of rice about yours, your well-being. She don't care. She just played victim and she was manipulative. The sister was very, very manipulative. The running dude, Rodney, yeah, I didn't dislike him, but he wasn't like a pop-out character for me. He wasn't.
That's
like
what I'm saying. He's the least character, but his story is still.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's just like he's not somebody else like, ooh, Rocky.
Alright, so what you don't like about him? You said I'm the only character you like, so what you didn't like about Rodney?
I mean, Rodney, it's not that I like or dislike. It's just he low-key, not invisible to me, but it's just like I don't have no thoughts about him.
No way. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let me hear this. You have no thoughts about Rodney?
Yeah.
We watched the show and we had an in-depth view of Rodney. You can't say he just not a part, like, not really a dynamic part to you in this show. So let me get this straight. I mean, if it is, it is. Rodney, after we learned about his situation, you feel like his story is...
I mean, I feel a little sad for him. That's
right, but he's just not a character that grabs.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I feel sad for him, but I'm not like, I don't like what he's doing as far as the drugs. I don't like what he's doing as far as the drugs. I do feel a little sad for him, like his situation with his mom and stuff like that, because that's just touchy, but I don't like that. Like, I feel more sad for him than like, oh, he's one of my favorite. Or just like, oh, that's my dog. Like, no, I feel sad for him, that's it.
Right.
Taser.
Well, let me wait. All right, so that's our take on Andre. So as we finish, you already kind of gave your perspective on Rodney. Now I'm giving my perspective on him. I think he's one of those characters that have his storyline could be one of those characters who push a more political thing. He could push a more political stance.
In what way?
In the way his dynamic of his family is, and what he's suffering through.
Right.
He has a chance to almost give a political push. The thing that we see in every day-to-day life. That's what Rodney is a big character. Everything you see in day-to-day life that everybody experienced with, the other characters didn't experience. He was the only one who dealt with it, and it's right there. It's in him. It's the reason why he's going through his situation. So he has a dynamic that none of the characters even have, that is still a problem with real life people. That we still talk about right now, that we can have a conversation, a dialogue about right now. So I think his character is really one of the biggest storylines in there. Because his has he can go two ways with it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil y'all, but he can have a great, powerful, almost Black Pantherish type of dynamic to his. Yeah, and I don't want to spoil it, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he can have a real Wakanda type of thing going on.
Yeah.
And he can have get it from the mud type story too.
Yeah.
He can have I'm grinding up type of story, and that's still a great story to have. So he has the ability to really change the whole dynamic of everybody if he's stepping in the forefront, so to speak. Say if the writer wanted to say, let's put Rodney in front. He can change the whole perspective of the show.
He can.
He-
I
easy.
think each character can, for real.
No, but each character can, but I'm saying his would be more powerful. That's why I was kind of like, well,
More political.
yeah, he can really push it. Now, it was a show we was watching. I'm gonna give y'all this. It was a show we really like it. It's called Your Honor. He can push that Your Honor.
Okay.
His character can push that same vibe you got from Your Honor. His character can put. That's why I put him. I'm like, yo, I got some dope stuff on him, but I just probably didn't see it.
I get it. Like it made me more sad for him than anything. Like I didn't look at it how you just said, but it do make me I just feel bad for him overall. Like that.
Right. I mean, that's fine, but that's my perspective on it. So let's go to the next guy, Josh Tededeku,
Taser.
aka Taser. Now, Taser, I really like Taser. They made him basically a villain.
Bad villain.
Yeah, they made him a villain who needs help from the. They made him a villain who needs help from the good guys. Now, a character like that, I would say maybe Deadpool. He kind of like go off on his own, do his own thing. He beat up on superheroes all the time, but they still work with him. So he kind of got that Deadpool vibe where he can go off and whoop on some superheroes and be a rival to superheroes while still holding his own and still can do good. Right? So we get what you want.
What you mean need help?
He need help from because he can't. What he trying to accomplish, he can't do it on his own. Because even though he had that villain vibe, he needs. So remember when we got to the situation? He couldn't beat that guy on his own.
Okay.
But he was able to go and do it because he got this villainous type of perspective about him. But he couldn't do it on his own.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by he need help. He's the type of guy. He can be a villain. You know, sometimes villains they work alone. They get their butt kicked a lot. That's why, because they work alone. So him being that type of villain that working alone, he can get some stuff done, but they'll eventually kick his butt. Because some cop guys are getting that a few times. But he's a guy who can definitely. They made him a villain, and he's like a villainous guy that you can deal with. And the only thing I can think of right now is Deadpool. I mean, you want to say Wolverine really a good guy. He just an asshole, I guess.
But you look like the wrong person.
Yeah, he is. But Deadpool, because he kind of had this thing, or Punisher. Punisher not really a bad guy, but he kind of got his own thing going. He's
really a bad guy.
not really, because he has a storyline where he's not going at heroes, but he will go knock a hero head off. So if you would get in his way, he don't care if you good or bad. You get your head knocked off. But his is more villainy. Like Deadpool was made to be a villain. So so that's why I kind of made that correlation. So Taser, how do you feel about him? I think his pros are, I think he's family oriented for sure. The way he treated his grandmother.
About his grandma.
Right, it's a family oriented. Yeah, whoever else, they don't care. So that's a good thing, but I say it's bad thing, definitely he's a villain.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so next is the fiance of Michael Abadillo. So Diana. Now, I can't stand her whatsoever.
I can't stand her.
I don't like her whatsoever. She make me sick.
I don't have not a single good thing to say about her.
You know what? I would give her this. Because we got to say one little thing between both of us, I would say she's a great detective. Great detective. She's very passionate into solving murders. And she did a good job, too.
She did.
So, other than that, you go ahead.
Nope. I can't stand her. She kept dipping and dabbing. You don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically, I'm sure they wrote that in there. You dibble and dabble and don't know what happened. That's what you build your character off of.
What they say? She in the Kool-Aid, don't know the mix.
She don't know the mix, nothing, the flavors, nothing going on. She in there. But at the same time, I gotta give her some credit for being a great detective.
I mean, she was trying, her heart was in a good place. That's what I said. She wanted to help her fiance, and she was kind of freaked out because I guess when you found out your dude got superpowers, you're like, what? And so she was this is stressing. She was trying to help the best way she could, and she was just trying to figure out from her perspective, like how to deal with her dude's superpowers, and like, is this rare? Is this common? Is it more like him? Like, she was, but the way that she was doing it, oh, I just wanted to choke her neck so bad.
No, she's definitely one of those. She ain't the top one though. Even though we can't stand her, she's not even the main one that's aggravated me through the show.
So who aggravated you the most?
We about to get to it. She's very aggravating, and like I said, I can give some pros on her because she was trying to figure out something for somebody else's sake too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just always her.
It was new to both of them.
Yeah, new to them, but she wasn't always just trying to help her husband. She was actually.
Oh yeah, the little boy and his mom.
Yeah, too much. So yeah, so she wasn't always just what this man doing. She was like, I'm gonna help somebody else too.
Babe, what was that?
What this man doing? Ain't that how women get
Somebody's grandpa. That's somebody's grandfather.
That would be sometimes.
Nobody's wife ever did that. That's somebody's granddad. Come on, next person.
Okay. All right, here goes. I mean, she might as well been female another show. She get on my nerves. I don't want to say her real name. No. It's Reaxia Jojo. All right, her name is Charlene. All right, positives ain't none. Negatives, she is annoying. She's that. They made her character be that hood chick. That chick who get into all the mess, ratchet, talk stuff, star stuff. Now, I'll give her this. I'll give her one positive. She started, she really could finish it. She ain't gonna run.
When did she finish?
When she, okay. I don't want to give away, but when she got into it with that guy, out in the back, in the alley, she wasn't running. She was like, yeah, that ain't what it is.
She didn't finish it though, because you shouldn't have went out there.
I said she started, but
she
she
not about to outpower that man.
Right, but she's willing to go that route, though. I'm saying she's willing to go that far.
Her willingness shouldn't have been to go out there in the first place.
But that's the positive I'm giving her, that at least if
there's no positive.
No, it is okay. It's like this. People we met before.
She had to
people who met before. Oh, you want to talk stuff, and then you talk stuff. Now you got us talking stuff on your behalf, and when it's time to do something, you ain't nowhere to be seen. She gonna be in the forefront.
No, it went from let me kiss you, get you in the mood.
No, don't get too tired.
Okay, whatever. You went from yes to no.
Because that's what she's an antagonist.
Yeah, you can say, okay, she stood up.
All right, so even at this,
you can say she stood up for herself and said no, but then when it came down to the fight, so to speak, she conceded.
She didn't concede.
Oh, you don't remember?
What other can you do? What somebody do? All right, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that because that's giving away too much. I am saying she's willing to put herself
but she didn't have no choice. I'm not saying that she had a choice.
All right, so
she's more powerful as a man.
All right, that's what I'm saying. But
it wasn't like she was like, oh, pew, pew, pew. She had to
that's
she kind of sat there and took it.
You can have, say you getting attacked by a lion.
I guess from
right? Hold on, let me give you this example. Say you about to get, say you with the babies, right? We know we're around, you and the babies. You about to get attacked by a lion. And you see that lion rev up and get his teeth. Are you going to run at that lion? But are you going to run at that lion? Yes or no, real quick.
You got a baby?
No. It's revving up his teeth like, I'm about to get you. Are you going to run at that lion?
No.
Or if the lion run at you, are you not going to protect the babies?
Yeah.
That's exactly who she is. She wasn't running.
No, I'm not saying that she ran.
She saw them teeth and was like, whoa! But when it,
I'm not
all right now.
Ran.
Okay, but that's the point I'm making. I'm making she ain't no sucker. That's the pros I can give her. That's the only, I ain't want to give her no pros. But I feel like I have to because I gave her everybody else pros.
Well, I can see, because I don't see her as not a sucker, because do you remember that other incident with her and
but that's because she is being that way towards him. That's not who her character is. We saw multiple times who her character really is to be aggressive. Okay. She's the Sharkeisha of the show. She's about that action.
She's not Sharkeisha. Let's start there.
I mean, she about that action.
Sharkeisha would have hit him with that up real quick. But
Sharkeisha would have had.
Sharkeisha would have laid him out.
Shark powers in this show. Okay, she would have been different.
I kind of love what you're saying, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So what's the bad about it? Because I got
everything.
She is a stuff starter. She is a manipulator. She is deceiving.
Selfish.
Extremely selfish. She is the typical person of destruction.
Yeah, that's it.
She could have been a villain too.
Yeah,
Almost like Lex Luthor almost. Because if she was able to be in a better position with, say if the directors made her rich, total fair. If she was rich, she'd be a villain. 100%. Yeah. You any more on her? No. All right, so let's go to the next character who is the friend of Rodney, whose story I believe is very dynamic. His name is
Spud.
His real name is Guacamole Macaroni. And Spud in the show, he's a great friend. I really like his character. He's a great friend. The reason why I ended up liking his character more as we learn more about Rodney.
I feel like that's so disrespectful.
You can't tell me I don't say guacamole macaroni. I ain't name him that. Spell it.
No, it's okay.
All right. So Spud's character really stood out more as the show progressed because he's actually become a backbone to Rodney, giving him stability and friendship and even some type of brotherly love, which Rodney evidently lacks in his life, and Spud was there to protect him. Even so much where the situation he got caught up in, he was doing that to protect. Like, all right, my boy, he ain't in the position to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting him chill. I'm gonna handle it. All right? So I really like Spud in that aspect. Outside of that, I mean, just typical homeboy, smoking, drinking, stuff like that. What's your pros and cons about Spud?
That's it. I don't got nothing to say about Spud. He was old boy's homeboy.
Old boy's homeboy.
He looked out for his friend, and he put himself in a dangerous situation, but it was to look out for his friend. Because they both was in the little drug thing together, but old boy just had the power that made it more lucrative, made him more the front man. So yeah. I ain't got nothing really bad to say about Spud.
Yeah, Spud is a great friend. You know what they're not showing on this is other people's friends. Because Michael have a friend and Andre have a friend.
Yeah. That's why I say I was like, there's more characters in it.
Yeah. So even the son, we didn't get the son up here. We can talk about too. So maybe we do that on the next. We'll probably do a part 2, and then we'll bring those in individually and talk about those.
Eventually, it's gonna be some spoilers because this is y'all introduction to go watch it.
Yeah.
After today, if y'all don't watch it, hey, spoilers.
All right. By Friday, we're gonna come back and we spoil it. All right.
Spoilers.
All right. So. I mean, other than that, I think we kind of gave a good rundown, a great rundown, a great introduction to these characters, and like I say, the show is the #1 show on Netflix. It's the one show with the highest rated show on Netflix. Please go watch it. It's dynamic, it's great, and it's very good.
Yeah, and he's not saying that because it's the #1 show on Netflix. Did you find that out afterwards?
No, we watched the first episode, and then they said it was the #1. I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I finish it. Because sometimes we get into good shows, and we're like, we'll never come back. So
but see, this was good to us though. Like, forget the rating what Netflix talking about. We was like engulfed. Like, you get tied up in the story. That's why I'm like, this is one of them shows that so good that you end up disliking everybody at some point, but you still love it at the same time. It gives you that.
Yeah, everybody has their ups and downs, but gives great. It gives great in-depth criticism. We get great in-depth criticism of everybody, and I think that's very important. I mean, in real life, we do that.
You have a favorite? Do you have like a favorite?
I'll say Andre. I like Andre the most. And then it would be Rodney.
Well, I guess I like Andre, but I don't think I have a favorite. I just like, I like and hate everybody.
No, I mean, me too. I think Andre did some stupid stuff. I'm like, bro, you know that's not gonna work out.
Him and his friend was
that's what I'm saying. They didn't even name the friend because I want to tell you about the friend.
Yeah, that's what made me mad about him. Like now that we bringing up the friend, because I ain't thinking about the friend because it's not on the list, and I'm strictly like honed in on the list.
Yeah.
So with the friend, it's like, okay, that made me. Yeah, I do got a reason why I don't like Andre as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So everybody has their character pros and cons. That's why I kind of doing the pros and cons thing too, to show that what we like and what we didn't like and what all that made the show great. All that made the show really great.
Yeah.
It's like actually taking people's own great movies and put them in one movie. Kind of like the Avengers did.
It was so many movies. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it was really many movies. That's why I think it was only 6 episodes to kind of introduce us to everybody. So as they progress forward with their goal now, because they have a goal now, then now they can kind of gel everybody in and get them in there. But first you got to first show me why this dude's speedy, why this dude's strong. So they did an amazing job with that.
If it takes a few years.
I mean, stuff like this, it should take a few years. But my thing is,
they should have been working on the next one.
but sometimes you don't know if it's hot or
Hit or miss.
Yeah, so say if they put it out, say it was done last year, they had to put it out this year, and they gotta probably wait till next year to get everybody back rolling.
Because I'm wondering, did we hear something that was like, okay, this is newer? You know what I'm saying? Did we hear something that was like?
I mean, Netflix was promoting it and like just coming out next month. And I'm like, okay.
No, I'm talking about the recording. You know how like if something that just got recorded, they may play. They not like us. They not. You know
the music.
So like, was it something?
But see, the music can always be placed in at the end. So say if you did a movie in 2012, you can, and it don't come out to 2024, you can put the music in.
Okay.
In 2024 and just have it up to date. Because people, if you notice, the characters really don't. In a lot of movies, the characters don't really be rapping. The music, it's just be background, so that can be easily put in at a later date, just to update and make it feel relevant. That's why a lot of movies don't like to tell what time or date it is in their movies, because they're like, yeah, it's Thursday, man, 2022, and the movie come out 2025. Like, what the hell? Like, throwing us off a little bit. But this did a great job, and actually, they actually did say a date, and it was a very up-to-date date. Up-to-date date. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This was the first episode of the review of Supercell. And we got some stuff in it. There's some great stuff in it. We just want to do a character.
The introduction, because we didn't want to give spoilers. The next, or isn't the next one going to be spoilers? We gonna have to. It's gonna be some spoilers. This is y'all chance to watch.
Yeah. So this Sunday, we come back Friday. Y'all getting spoiled.
Y'all getting spoiled.
Y'all getting spoiled. All right. Because this is a very great show, and I know you mentioned the rating, and we liked it before the rating. But the reason why I talk about the rating because what people like to do is criticize things. And when the critics say, oh, this is the best thing popping, people go flock to it. The critics said, this is the best thing popping.
Not even just the critics, the people that's watching.
Well, no, I'm saying our credibility don't matter to nobody. What Netflix say matters to people, right? If you look on the thing and you go look for movies, you look at what's the most
top
viewed.
10.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Netflix is saying, not only is this top 10, it's the #1 rated show on the platform. Now that's different.
And you know, we that's why I was saying it's the people, because now on Netflix we can give ratings. So people are rating this.
No, I hear what you're saying, but when you get into like they just did Tyler Perry movie, they gave him 0 tomatoes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And this got 100 tomatoes. This got 100% tomatoes.
100?
100% tomatoes. And then Tyler Perry got 0 tomatoes. So that stuff matters more than what we think, even if we hit the like button. Yeah. So that's why I add that in also with our appreciation. But even the critics that y'all use, who was that? Girl, get out. Even the critics that y'all look up to, critiquing it, gave it 100% flawless victory. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next episode of Supercell the Revealing. We going Supercell the Revealing. That's what we gonna call it next time.
Revealing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over there and turn this. Yeah, we gonna call it spoiler. You want to make sure I put spoilers in the title. Hopefully we didn't spoil y'all too much.
We didn't say nothing.
We didn't really say nothing.
Grateful.
Yeah. We didn't do y'all too dirty. We got she got done dirty. I didn't get done dirty, but she got done dirty with a spoiler.
Oh yeah. But the funny part is I forgot, and I was still into it.
You want to talk, Corn? Say something, baby. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We'll be back with y'all Friday. Or maybe Saturday. We'll figure it out. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go ahead, talk to him, Corey.